My name is Amber, and my socials are Kotsu Killjoy on Instagram.
We have just been at Fosnock 2025, and Amber got her first flag, and she is a maker of these masks. And I like to just start with asking people to tell me a little bit about, like, take me back to, the first mask or complex cosplay that you worked on. Like, tell me a little bit about, like, what inspired it and what was your spark mask?
Okay, so the first Fosnot mask that I made was actually for my boyfriend. It was supposed to be for my boyfriend, but ended up not fitting him. It was the owl mask. And I actually started making it before I even played Fallout 76. Because he was talking about how he wanted to go to the real life event. And I thought it would be like so cool I can make him like an accurate mask from the game. So that one is how I started out. And I do really like that one, but it ended up not being able to fit him. So then I ended up making this mask, the Moonshine Mama mask. I really like this one. I made this one last year.
Do you have a background in sculpting, or how did you develop the skill to make such a really great? I mean, like, this looks so good. Like, I can't believe that's your second mask. It's your second mask?
Yeah.
That's insane. No, you're wow. How did you do it? I'm like, tell me all your secrets.
So I I've always loved like arts and crafts, and I've also like dabbled in cosplay since I was like 13. I usually just like thrifted stuff, but like I also like did some sewing and like made a few like little props and stuff. But in high school I also learned how to do like paper mache and stuff. So I just had a baseline of like paper mache, like, like make a balloon and then cover it in torn up newspaper, and then I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I actually watched Christy's videos that she made on masks, and I also watched this lady that made just sculptures out of paper mache, and that with like just like some of my own like techniques that I came up with, I became like, I think, really good at doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I'm still just so happy with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very impressed with you. Tell me a little bit about your process, and I know you said paper mache. I mean, it's all paper mache? Do you use like cardboard armature? Tell me about the Snallygaster.
Yes. So with both of these, they're both base paper mache, but then there's also a few other materials that I use. So like the beak and the eyeball are paper clay. The eyeball, underneath it is a styrofoam ball that I hot glued onto the base paper mache, and then covered it with paper clay. Same with the beak. I used a wire armature underneath and a little bit of plaster bandage, and then covered it with the paper clay. The like mouth jowls are made with air dry clay, and then I also used some hot glue to make sure they were really secured to the face. The wrinkles I made with drywall joint compound. That's one of the things I learned on YouTube. Drywall joint compound is amazing for smoothing out masks. So I used it on this one too, like more around the face in places where I didn't want the paper mache texture. And just like blending and smoothing it is amazing. Just that and paper clay, like you can get amazing details out with that. I think under this eyebrow I used like tape to build it up, and then just paper mache layers. And then the tentacles are foam backer rod. Is that what they're called? It's backer rod, I know. But yeah, I found this out from a video of this lady. I found a reel where she made a wig that was like, it looked, I don't know if it was Betty Spaghetti, but it kind of looked like Betty Spaghetti hair, and she made this like wig with these, and I was like, it was just like a light bulb. I'm like, I could use those for the tentacles for the Snallygaster, because I was already thinking about making this at the time. So I took the foam backer rod and I cut it open and I put wire in it so that I could bend it and shape it like so the tentacles have, so I could form them into the shape I wanted.
It's so well made that I just noticed where the eyes are. Wow.
Oh yeah, and then yeah, the screens are right here.
Yeah, that's great. I was just about to ask, how do you see out of it?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, duh. Yeah. All right, beautiful. And then which one was your most challenging piece?
Probably this. The tentacles were very, very hard to do. I like just gluing them on, but also the paint. I didn't prime them the first time that I did them, and the paint all chipped off like right away. And I actually just had to rub it all off and I had to prime them all over again and then spray paint them.
It's a really cool mask. What's your next one?
My next one is actually a mask I was supposed to do for this year. It is a Blue Devil mask. I actually have it mostly finished, but I did not have time to finish it this year. I just ran out of time.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, how many hours did these masks take? How much manpower did that require?
So I know that this one took 10 days. And that was a very much rush job. I was working on it like every second of free time that I had for those 10 days. Okay. It took a really long time.
And then if you were to give advice to somebody wanting to get into mask making, what resources do you recommend? Is there a crash course they can take? Do you want to shout anyone out? That kind of thing,
definitely YouTube videos. YouTube videos are great. There is one lady that makes videos on just making mask sculptures, and she's where I learned the drywall joint compound tip from, and it is just so helpful. Those videos are just very helpful. And then also, I don't know if I mentioned it, plaster bandage is great for getting structure to the mask. I used a lot of plaster bandage to make this sound. The entire inside of this one is lined with plaster bandage. So it still has the paper mache look, but on the inside it has nice structure.
How much do you think you spent on materials for these masks?
That is tough. I'm not sure. Maybe between 50 and 100.
Okay, I was thinking a couple hundred. Okay, that's not too bad. Because I'm sure if you were to buy one of those, it would be exorbitant. Hi, baby.
Just with the amount of time that goes into them, it would be a lot. I've had a few people offer to pay me to build one, and I don't know if I could do it because it's just just for someone else, it's a lot of work, and I think that it would be too much to charge to make for someone else. I don't know if it would be worth it.
Do you have a favorite memory that was a result of you making the mask? A favorite person you met or something like that?
Probably this year, just winning a flag finally, because I didn't win last year for this one, and I was pretty bummed out because I was really happy with it. So I was just so happy to win one this year for this one.
I love that. Well, congratulations on your win, and I'll make sure to post all your info down below. And
a certain maid I know is so